good, man. So
Yeah.
far, so good.
So far,
Enjoying
so good.
this. Yep.
How does it feel to be a New York Met?
Oh man, it's been a blessing, definitely. This is a team that I was definitely looking forward to be honest. It's a team that I have a lot of respect for. I got a chance to see a lot what they're about last year. So definitely happy and blessed to be here.
Why was it a team you were looking for?
Because, when you see a team, especially when you face a team and then you see that they don't give up, that's a team that you have to literally get 27 outs, and being on the other side, pitching against them, and then you got the call that they kind of want you, it's kind of like, okay, like definitely, that's the kind of things that like you don't think twice to do it.
Yeah.
What do you remember from being on the other side? When suiting up for the
If I tell you, they're not good memories. I tell you that. They're not good memories. One of the memories like that game 3 of the playoffs of the wild card game, and being on the other side definitely was painful. But that tells you a lot the kind of team that this team is. That's a team that they're still in the fight even when they're down. It's a team that you gotta keep punching them, because if you're given a chance, they're definitely gonna come back and make it hurt.
You mentioned on the Zoom that you were looking forward to hoping that Sean would sign here because you timed with him in Oakland. When you found out he signed, what was your first feeling?
I was pumped. I texted him, gave him a call. Definitely. I was pretty open about talking to him about wanting to play with him again. It's not a secret that he's one of my best friends in baseball in general. A guy that definitely has learned a lot from him. Have a lot of respect for him. A guy that I consider a friend. A guy that I can go up to him and talk about anything, and he will definitely listen to me and give me his best advice.
Did you have any conversations with him about what Jeremy Hefner was able to do with, changing some of his mechanics and the success he had this year?
Yeah, definitely. Even before I agree with the Mets, I call him. And I was like, hey, just, want to ask you a couple questions. How's the pitching coach? How's the training staff? Like, how's everybody? He had nothing but good things to say about Jeremy, And talking to him, so far, even though we haven't really talked in person, he's been able to help me a lot. I've been sending him videos about my bullpens and stuff, and kind of like keeping in the loop to see what he got to say or what he sees. I talked to Severino about it too, about how good he is, and like I said, both guys have nothing but good things to say about him. So definitely looking forward for him to give me some tips. So definitely improve my game.
What do you think are some of the strengths of this rotation?
I think this rotation has a lot of like different type of pitchers, right? And I feel like that's gonna be tough on the opposite team when you get to see Senga, you get to see me, you get to see Clay, Sean. It's like, okay, it's 5 guys that don't have the same thing,
Right.
So they have definitely different pitches, and I think like that's definitely gonna be tough for all the teams.
And what do you think is the potential of that rotation?
The potential, I feel like this rotation has the potential to literally pretty much throw in, I would say 5 number ones every 5 days. I consider myself a really, really good pitcher. I consider myself a number 1. I think Sean is a number 1. I feel like everybody that gets the ball, definitely this thing has, they consider yourself a number 1.
David Stearns said that when you're healthy, you've got some of the best stuff of anyone in baseball. Is that putting pressure on you when you hear that? Does that motivate you when you hear that?
Yeah, not pressure at all. I feel like if anything, it's like you say, motivation. I think that myself, I think the same thing about myself. I think when I'm healthy, I can definitely be one of the best pitchers in the league, and I feel like even last year, like when I started trusting myself, because even at the beginning of the year last year, I wasn't fully trusting like my shoulder. I would say that, I was still being a little afraid of like throwing and stuff, but once I got my confidence back, and like understanding that like whatever I had in my shoulder was fixed, and I was feeling great. So I feel like at the end of the season, that was when I kind of told myself, like, hey, keep throwing, just pitch, I would say this like this, throw the shit out of the ball, and that's when things literally started going good for me, because I'm a big guy that like I rely a lot on confidence, you know, and I'm a power pitcher, you know, like power pitcher. You can't go out there and try to kind of pitch afraid of getting hurt, you know. So when I kind of like get that clear in my head that I was good to go, you know, and I start just ripping my stuff, you know, that's when things started going good for me.
Is that still in the back of your head that something could happen, or have you changed anything in your workout that gives you confidence?
No, not at all, my man. I feel like I said, the last 2 months of the past season were huge for me, you know, because they kind of like give me the mentality that like, hey, you're good, you know. And even like I was pitching, and then the next day I was able to do my long toss and everything. And being able to have a healthy off season, a regular off season, you know, working on stuff, like feeling really good. Like right now, I feel really good. I feel on time, so I just can't wait for the season to start.
You said you've been sending videos to Hefner. Has he been telling you specific things to work on or tweaks, or did that kind of happen later?
He just kind of telling me to take it easy. To take it easy, you know. Still have spring training, you know, but I always been the type of dude that I like to show up at spring training and be ready to pitch. You know, I don't go to spring training trying to get ready on spring training. You know, I like to show up and be able to throw at least 2 innings. You know, because it's just like spring training is just getting shorter and shorter every year. You know, so like if you're trying to just get yourself ready there, you're not gonna be ready for the season. You know, so just sending him videos. You know, I'm throwing the ball and all that. He's happy about it. You know, I'm definitely happy myself about the way I'm throwing the ball. So, like I say, he's on board too. He just can't wait. You know, for the season to start, the spring training to start. So definitely can show what I can do.
Last season, we saw Severino come in here and really develop a two-seamer. Have the Mets reached out to you and tried to develop a new pitch for the season for you upcoming?
And I feel like that would be something that we'll do in person. You know, I feel like probably after some live BPs and stuff, that'll be something that will kind of look analytically and kind of give me some suggestions. You know, like maybe this pitch will help you more or whatever it is. You know, but definitely I'm open to everything. Like open to whatever you say. You know, I see how much Jeremy is able to help like guys that come here. You know, he was able to help Sevy, Sean. You know, so I'm definitely looking forward to working with him and see how much he can improve my game.
And do you think that's going around the league now, where pitchers all across Major League Baseball are saying the Mets are an organization that can really fix or maximize my potential?
I mean, a lot of guys say that, you know. That's not a secret, you know. I mean, you hear from guys from their own experience. You see it, you know, because when you see the guys pitching against you, you're like, oh my God, like, this guy didn't have this pitch last year. You know, like this guy wasn't pitching like this, you know, and definitely them talking about Jeremy and stuff is definitely huge, and I feel like that kind of like opened the door to a lot of pitchers to sign here.
Thank you, Frankie.
Thank you, guys.